This is Dr. Stephen Myers from Fresh Start Bariatrics. I have Terri here in my office today. Terri, would you tell us your name and why you chose to have the operation you did, what your diabetes was like before, and what your diabetes was like after your operation, how long you've been out from your operation, things like that.
Sure. My name is Terri Kyser. I'm 62 years old. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at 48. I follow with an endocrinologist and have since I was diagnosed with diabetes. My blood sugars have usually been pretty well controlled, usually 6.1 to 6.5 for my A1C prior to surgery. I decided to have the gastric sleeve mainly because of my age, and also I've had 3 joint replacements in my late 50s, so there's a possibility I would need to have those revised somewhere down the road, and I felt that the gastric sleeve would afford me the best possible recovery in terms of the protein needs to recover a joint replacement surgery.
So part of the reason that you chose to have a gastric sleeve operation was because you wanted to avoid the intestinal
Yes.
switch component of the operation? Is that because you thought that would be more difficult for your nutrition? Is that what your thinking was?
That was, yes, that's what I was thinking. Plus, we do have a family history of colon cancer, and I don't know, I just had a gut feeling that I just didn't want too much of that messed with.
So the gastric bypass was just something, despite the fact that you had diabetes, you just didn't really want to have that operation for various reasons. It sounds like it seemed like more operation or more changes
invasive
than that you were willing to do.
Yes.
Now, explain to me what medicines you were on before when you had your operation, and what medicines you're on now.
I took every morning Januvia, Actos, plus my blood pressure medications. Let's see. It's hard to remember.
Well, that's right. But you were on Actos
and
Januvia. How much of those medicines were you on?
I think 100 milligrams of Januvia and 15 milligrams of Actos.
All right, and you were on metformin as well?
And then metformin as well. And those, I took 4 tablets of metformin every evening. I'm not...
So what do you
remember the...
So you just had your operation a week ago, correct?
Correct.
How are you feeling? Are you having very much pain or difficulty with that?
I never took the first pain medication.
Oh,
I did really well.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
And what medicines are you on for your diabetes now?
Nothing.
And what was your fasting glucose this morning?
This morning it was, I believe, 136.
Okay, and yesterday it was?
Yesterday it was 105 in the morning when I checked, and then at nighttime it was 107.
So it just must be the decrease in carbohydrates that you're consuming right now that's giving you a lot of that benefit, huh?
Well, I would...
You think?
Yeah, I would think so.
All right. Well, Terri, thanks so much for letting people understand where you are in this process and giving us this insight. Thanks.
Sure.